So let's get into the tactical details, shall we? The devil is in the details. So it was Zambia versus Guinea. Let's have a look at the two selections made by Manju Diallo and Beston Chambeshi. Now, gentlemen, first off, Guinea went 4-2-3-1. Zambia went for a variation of weeks. It looked like 4-4-2 on paper, but in practice it was 4-2-3-1 as well. Let me start with you, Tanu. 4-2-3-1. Were you a little bit surprised with that approach by Manju Diallo?
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised because this team used to play in 4-3-3, and yesterday I saw 4-2-3-1. That was a little bit surprising, and it didn't work. We have seen it because the team was having a very, very big problem. I don't know. This coach of Zambia, he saw it very early. He changed his system. He blocked these two defending midfielders, and Guinea could not play very well.
All right, so Dennis, 4-2-3-1 for us as well. And you always thought when we saw Boyd Msonda standing next to Enoch Mwepu is that Enoch Mwepu will always be the probe who will be allowed to attack.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I was looking at Zambia. I thought we were more defensive, but after I watched the game, after 20 minutes, I thought Zambia was very positive. We were defending with the 4 defenders at the back when we were in defense. 4 defenders, 3 midfielders, and 4 defenders, 5 midfielders, and 1 in attack. So it really worked because Guinea didn't realize that, and they were defending with the 2 guys.
Okay, so let's just look at tactical shape, especially in the first half. The tactical shape which brought the spotlight on one player, our jersey number 21, who was playing in the defensive midfield role, Williamson. Now, here are my observations in that game. So those were the 2 average shapes in attack. But what I saw was actually that Guinea were actually losing out every time they played long. Every time they played long, the ball landed right where Boyd Msonda was. They were hoping that Bangura would have probably the beating of Boyd Msonda there, but didn't happen. But just in front of Boyd Msonda, look at that space in the black shaded area. Definitely no breathing space. Then you look at Patson Daka, marked by Ausene and Kane, and on the wide areas, Edward Chilufya was marked, Conrad Luchango was marked, and Fashion Sakala was actually marked. When you saw that happening to your Guinea side, were you concerned every time you had a goal kick, the ball was going onto a Zambian head, every time on the Zambian head?
I was very disappointed in this boy, this Bangura, number 19. He's supposed to be the leader of this team, but yesterday you see him, he kept the ball too much, and the team could not play very well. So he's supposed to be the leader, but he didn't do his job very well because he was, as I said, he was keeping the ball too much. And this team was divided in 2 blocks. And when your team is divided in 2 blocks, it's very, very difficult to create opportunities. If you have watched the game very well, you will see that in the first 30 minutes, Guinea didn't have a real strike, if you understand what I mean. Guinea didn't shoot on target. And that was very, very disappointing. That was very poor. Very poor from Guinea.
Okay, so that what was happening, and you tend to think, yes, 4-2-3-1, Dennis will go to great lengths about it, is that when you have 2 sitting midfielders, one of them has to attack and be positive when we have the ball. But look at where Enoch Mwepu was standing half the time, and that's why maybe we're playing square passes.
Yeah,
especially in the first half.
Yes, I thought first half when I watched the game, I think Zambia, the way we were playing, it was like I don't know, maybe we were under pressure or something. I thought my boys were, I don't know, they were scared of something, especially Mwep. I watched the game. Second half, it was better. Second half, when I watched second half, I'm sure Coach Beston, he went and he did the cards came out right. Zambia was always first on the second ball. They were always winning the second ball. That's how come Zambia played well.
Okay.
Especially first, second half.
All right, so that was the situation. But let's look at the tactical response by Beston Chambeshi's men. So you had that situation, winning the second ball, and probably the team was failing to form lines of pass. But that was happening. And you've got Fashion Sakala and Patson Daka, great affinity to play the ball and be ball players. You had them finding themselves in the situation because guess what? Mwepu is either standing right next to Boyd Msonda or he's veering off forward. They was leaving that space in the middle we had shown earlier. But you had Fashion Sakala and Patson Daka coming and dropping into deeper spaces to receive the ball. But at the same time, the team could not click and deploy personnel in those areas where space was being left.
Yeah, I thought maybe Mwepu could have done more. He wasn't so much adventurous, as I can say. He wasn't so creative. You know, if he could be stuck in one position. Boyd was doing all the donkey work, and I expected Mwepu to do the rest. But most of the times, he was stuck. You know, giving Guinea too much room to play. I thought maybe Guinea could have done much better than they did yesterday.
I'm sure you heard the same feeling. Everyone will talk about Kamara and what he did not do. But Ibrahim Saleh, again, was an important player for you yesterday, but didn't quite click.
This, as I said, we were very disappointed in these boys because we know what they can do in a game. But yesterday we didn't see them. They underperformed. That was a huge disappointment. These two wingers, I didn't see them doing nothing special. And that's very bad. Guinea, they use their two wingers. When there are two wingers, when they underperform, the team is not going to win because we count on them, we rely on them. But yesterday, if you watch the game, the backs of Zambia, they did very well their job. They could block these two guys, and this guy in front of these number 9 of Guinea, these two boys, these central defenders of Zambia, they succeeded to isolate him, so he could not do anything. So that was very good for the Zambian coach. He did a very good job yesterday.
All right.
Maybe some people didn't see it, but he has done a very, very good job.
All right, so 1-0 it finished. Let's look at what Guinea were trying to do in attack, shall we? So, Kamara apparently was supposed to be their danger man. And on the other hand, I feel that probably Ibrahima was probably the probe that they wanted to use in attack. So they had an opportunity. They even missed an open goal because of that man right there, the number 11. He changed his position about 3 times in the first half in order to see how they could possibly affect the game and hope that the number 7 Kamara would make diagonal runs into space, which Solomon Sakala was probably leaving, but didn't happen. But the overload was happening wherever Ibrahim Saleh went. And to that extent, I was surprised that in the post-match we were saying the danger man was supposed to be Kamara, but there we had Ibrahim Saleh. What kind of player is he regarded to be in Guinea?
These are two good wingers in the Guinea league. They are very, very good because they are playing in the best teams in Guinea. And usually they are in these kind of games, you really see them. In the qualifiers, they were the big men for this team. But yesterday, I don't know what happened. They didn't do their job. We're waiting for them. We're playing Egypt in the second game. We will see if they are going to improve themselves. But I would not be surprised to see this boy Dauda Kamara coming out of the team.
I think Zita, I watched this number 11 guy, this
Ibrahim
small boy.
Saleh.
Yeah, very good, brilliant. our number 2 guy, the Zambian guy, he did very well. This guy is so talented. I don't know. The Guinea coach didn't just utilize him.
Maybe it's a
very
classic
well.
case. You want to build your game plan around this player, but the one who's firing on the day is another one.
I don't know.
But I think the problem was this guy playing behind the strikers. He was not doing his job very well. Bangura. That was the problem, I think. So that's why we didn't see these two guys doing what they supposed to do, doing what they used to do. I think he didn't do his job very well.
But anyway, that brings me to another point, Dennis. You have your number 10 playing in the hole. His job is probably to play between the lines and try to make runs into the channel. Number 1, as a number 10, my thinking is that support the number 9, but where he's going wide and you have Auseni and Kane, nobody's running into midfield to actually fill up that space. Maybe perhaps that was Guinea's problem yesterday.
Yeah, I didn't see much of that with Guinea, because what I know is if I have my number 9 there or my number 10, he moves to create that space. There was no one running to go and fill up that thing. That was the main problem with Guinea. That was the biggest problem that I saw. That's why I said I was analyzing the game with a friend of mine. I just said, this game, Zambia, I was even surprised we won 1-0.
Yeah, but I'm sure there are some goals that were at the back of the anyway, that's probably a chat for another day. So Beston Chambeshi actually rang the changes before halftime. Conrad Luchanga coming off, and he brought on Emmanuel Banda. And if you're following proceedings and the tactical arguments at play, Dennis, you know Conrad very well. We know what he can do, but we're a little bit surprised. Would you think that decision to sub him 3 minutes before halftime is going to affect his confidence for the rest of the tournament?
No, not really. I think he's a very confident young man. But the problem is, I'm sure the coach was okay. The problem that we have here in Zambia, Conrad is in Israel or somewhere. I don't know. The game time that he's having, very little compared to this one, Fashion. Fashion was playing for Zanaco. Even if he wasn't completing the games, but at least he was playing. But Conrad is there in Israel. He's playing. I don't know if it's 20 minutes every week. I don't know.
I know, perhaps it's a big problem. I heard that debate from the Guinean camp that, hold on, why did you bring Camara in when South Africa won 2 games without him? And now he's here and now we have lost. Why have you done that, Manju Diallo?
Manju, he tried to defend his choice. You know, when you make these kind of choices and people ask you these kind of tough questions, you have to find the good argument. He tried to say, listen, this boy is playing in the best team in Guinea, Oria. This is the team that is playing the Champions League. He's doing well in that team. But people, when I talk to my colleagues from Guinea, based in Guinea, they said they were in Senegal because Oria, the team of Camara, played a club from Senegal, US Gore. So they drew there. The people said, listen, this boy, he's not, at this moment, he's not okay. He's not good. Manju, just leave this boy in Conakry and bring in another boy because right now, Camara is not okay. But Manju didn't listen to the people. And before the game against Zambia, one of them told me, he said, listen, you will see today again, this boy is not going to do anything good in this team. And that's what happened.
All right, pale shadow of himself there, Dauda Camara. Definitely something to worry us. But again, it was the classic case of from the halftime pep talk, the next 10 minutes are always going to be crucial.